What's going on? Justice here, and we are ready to show you another epic live stream that came out of our free Facebook group, Original Chapters Marketing. This was all about how to efficiently monetize 15-second videos, right? Your favorite short form video platforms, and the number one thing that most folks are dropping the ball on in order to truly leverage what they're creating with their content. All right, we're gonna show you how to do this without the fancy funnels, tech, and all the other nonsense, autoresponders, and focus on what really matters here inside your business. All right, so go ahead, click that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and let's get right to it. So now, think about it this way. As you can see, we're talking, there's a reason we use the word flow here. There's one little thing I want you to keep in mind as well, that just to even preface this just a tad here. Think about this simple, and I love to keep things simple because at the end of the day, simplicity scales, right? So think about it this way. How many offers that you have, like right now, maybe you have one core offer you're pushing, but maybe you're out there and you're like, ooh, you know what? I got like 5 or 6 offers. And they're all good. Like they can all be very good. My business right now, we have about somewhere around 4 to 6 offers, like really 4 core offers, and probably some little ones I'm neglecting to think of right now. But out of those 4 offers, think about it like this. How many offers that you have is absolutely irrelevant if there is no flow in place, right? If there is no path that you can send someone on to go ahead and see an offer, and I especially mean this for you right now, if you have multiple offers. If you have one, it can be a bit easier. Once again, maybe you're taking the easy route and you're just going ahead and slapping your funnel and going ahead, it's like, hey, here's the sales page, click it and you can buy, right? Personally, I don't love that approach if you can't tell by the way I'm talking, but if you have multiple, you need to really start thinking about where you need to send people first. And if you're gonna send people to multiple, what is the path that is going to allow that to happen, right? So just like I said, just think about that right there alone. Because if you do not have a flow in place, it is going to be literally impossible for someone to make a sale, for you to make a sale on that offer. I say this before, early on in my journey, I released a product called the 3 C's Masterclass. And really, it was great offer, awesome on that side. Then shortly after that, maybe a few months later, I released this product called the TCA Bootcamp, Trilogy Bootcamp. This is not a sales for it. I'm not going to drop any links for that. I just want to give you real life examples. I don't like fluff. So let me just talk about what's really happened here, right? Hope you guys are okay with that. Me getting real. So what happened with that Trilogy Bootcamp, it was great when I released it. But then after that, I started realizing there was a significant drop off in sales. And it was because we were so focused on the core offer that we had within the Original Chapters world. And and even the 3 C's to a certain degree, we had some really good flows for the 3 C's of directing folks to it. But for the bootcamp, full transparency, that's like a $800 to $1,000 offer there. We didn't have a way that we were actually getting people in front of that offer because it wasn't really front of mind. Now, in big picture, I'm not mad at that because in reality, I'm a big believer in the power of one. You guys have probably heard me say that. I'm a believer in one offer, one strategy, one sales process, right? One platform. I love that stuff, right? So that wasn't a big deal, but we were kind of dropping the ball and not leveraging something that could potentially be creating more customers for us in the long run. So just think about this right now if you have multiple offers, because and here's one thing that people might say here. It's like, hey, you know what, Justice? I've got one of those link trees, and so someone can click one link and it sends them to all of them, right? So don't worry about me, I'm all set. I'm telling you right now, I am not a fan of that option, right? Because what does that do? Now it just leaves confusion. It leaves confusion, and that's why I say this idea of the right flow is so important, because you want to make sure that the flow is very intentional, right? The first spot is directing someone to the next step that makes perfect sense in your strategy. And then the next step from there leads to the next step that is very intentional yet again, right? So if you think about it this way, you go ahead, you have that first piece and you're sending them as a part of your flow, and you're sending them to 5 different offers. It's like there's no way that the initial place that you capture their attention is going to make sense with all 5 of those offers, right? So don't think about really attempting to go ahead and manage that in that sense, right? Where you're just going ahead and really just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna put all 5 in one. Think about the different ways that you can navigate to different offers. And that is a big reason why, as I'm saying this now, I love the power of one. because having that one core offer can simplify it to that, can really simplify things for you and allow you just to go all in on that, all in on that, all in on that, right? So if this is making flow still, comment flow below. I want to make sure we're still on the same page here. I don't think, hopefully that didn't feel like a rant. It's like as I'm talking, it almost felt like a little rant there, but I feel like it is very crucial in order for us to understand here these basically, what I consider a basic, right? It's a basic, it's simple, but it can be extremely overlooked. Especially if you're trying to find out ways to get like more creative and create more sales, you sometimes stray away from this, right? There's a reason why in our intro video and in logos and stuff, it says simplicity over hustle, because hustle isn't always the best way. Hustling is all right? Like I got a poster up there that says consistency. Consistency and hustle are very similar, but let's hustle smart, right? Let's keep things simple and hustle smart here. So let me see just to make sure if I'm seeing the flows rolling through. Grab. Oh, good. Okay, good. Janelle's saying, oh, perfect. I see the graphics popping up there too. And Janelle says it's not my connection. I'm glad you guys can hear me. It took me a few seconds. Perfect. Awesome there, right? Thank you, Tracy, right? Exactly. So the Linktree stuff is good in theory. I'm not saying there's no place for it in your business, but in this sense right now, I want you to keep that in mind there, right? So comment flow if that's making sense. I'm going to keep this thing rolling. So short form videos here, right? So right now you're going ahead and you're putting out short form videos, and hopefully it's a no-brainer that you are doing call to actions with these short form videos, right? Now, when you ask me about it, it's not like every single video has to have a call to action, but you at least need to be putting out call to actions. And for those of you wondering what I consider call to action, it's anything where you're telling somebody to take the next step, right? That's why we call them a lot of times two-step posts in our world, because it's like the first step is you telling them to do something, the second step is them doing it, right? So a call to action is exactly that. So you want to have various call to actions leading to a nurture system, right? So that's why, especially this is the one part where people who are sending people directly to sales funnels and sales pages, they're okay here, because hopefully in between your sales funnel and the video, it should go video, capture page, then the sales page, right? So at the very least, a lot of people are doing that, and I will give you credit, because at the very least you're capturing and you're collecting this email. But once again, here's the kicker, right? A lot of us really aren't doing much email marketing, where you're relying on your 7 email responder, 7 email message responder, or you're making 100 message responder, or anything too far in between, right? And then after that responder ends, you neglect them. You neglect the lead, right? You neglect this person who took time to see what you have, right? That shows intent. So you need to go ahead and make sure that you are really, like I said, hopefully that's just like the way that I'm talking about this in the moment right now is hitting home a little bit, right? Think about it right now for anyone who's doing this. You're getting people on your email list. You have an autoresponder. What are you doing after the autoresponder ends? Are you sending daily emails? Right? And I'm not saying that you should send daily emails. I didn't start sending emails in my business until long story short, until I made over 6 figures. I literally was not sending any emails because I was doubling down on one platform, which for me was Facebook, right? So just think about it on that side, right? So, but email though, like I said, I'm not hating on email. I love email, right? But email is one way you can go about nurturing there. A community, I believe, is one of the most powerful ways to actually nurture. Something that I always say, especially when it comes down to so an example of a community is a Facebook group, right? A Facebook group is a community that you could actually, the way that I kind of picture a community compared to an email list, is a community is an email list in color, right? We can all see each other's profiles. We can all see each other's names, see each other's pictures, have comments and conversations. Like I said earlier in this here, email, we want to treat it like a two-way communication, but really it's really not as much as we want it to be. As much as we try to, it still is really one way, and it can have a mix of two-way. In a community, you can have 2-way, 10-way, 20-way, right? You can have all these conversations built off of posts and everything like that there. So all of this is what you want to start to really think about pointing people towards, and this can now allow your next level folks, next level fans, next level followers to have a place where you can deliver immense value and push them down the line there, right? That is a big piece right there where so many people, and once again, I love the Facebook group side of things. It does not have to be a Facebook group. Like technically it could be a I'm forget well, like let's just say it's like a Patreon or there's so many communities out there. There's another one, like I feel like Oculus or whatever, Meta. You can like make virtual worlds out there or whatever. It's like doesn't matter where the community is, to be honest. It's just having a community that people can consistently dive back into, a place you can consistently send people back to, and then in reality, your TikToks, your Reels, your whatever, can be a reminder now. Right? Now it's almost like for those folks, it's a reminder that you have this other community there where they can be served at a higher power, right? Served to a higher level, to that next degree, right? So it doesn't matter where the community is, but having that attached to an email is gonna be way more powerful. And for me, like I mentioned, I had a community before I even did the email side. Because to me, our community is that email really to the next level there, right? So comment CTA below if you guys are understanding where we want to really start directing people in our audience, right? Comment CTA there if that's making sense. For those of you who don't know what CTA stands for, I think I said it already, but it's a call to action, right? Yeah, I'm having deja vu. I'm pretty sure I said that. You can let me know if I'm going crazy. But comment CTA below if this is making sense still, all right? Next up here on this one. Next up, all right, that's good to know. I can look at that. I got a little blue circle. It's been a while since I've used Canva like this. All right, so next one here. Like I said, we are now using this to nurture, right? So within our nurture process, like I said, we're delivering more value. We're really bringing things to the next level. We're showing things that we don't have time to do within a short form video, right? Within a 15 to 60 second video. You can see how critical this is right here. This is going to, once again, I say this especially if this is your main source of leads. This is going to fuel the business, right? This is going to fuel new, fresh blood into it. Like I said, don't get addicted to the cold leads here. You know, don't get addicted to like, ooh, I got a new person in my world. Ooh, I got a new person in my world. Think about the people that are here. Think about the people that you want and need to nurture. I didn't even want to say the word want. The people that you need to nurture, right? Because this will help take you to that next level for in your business by doing the things you can do next level. And really, think about it like this way. The audience you're speaking to within this community is going to be way more locked in than you can even get on this side here. It's like maybe right here, you have to go very surface level, right? You know what I mean? It's like right here, it's like you're probably talking to people maybe who are, like let's just say you're helping people get started up in a business, right? And like you're really trying to talk to beginners here, right? But now maybe here you're talking to people who are like, you know what? Maybe they've already gotten rolling a little bit. Maybe there's something else. Maybe if you're doing, maybe you're a fitness coach. You're just talking about like strictly losing weight. Hey, here's some tips on losing weight. Now over here in the nurture, it's like, let's talk about diet plans. Like, let's talk about what you need to be eating every day. Let's talk about the different types of calisthenics. Let's talk about cardio, how it affects you, how it doesn't. How running on concrete will hurt your knees, right? I'm surprised I hope maybe that's true. Someone told me that one day. Don't quote me on that here. I'm no fitness coach. But think about that side, right? You can only go so deep here, and really doubling down by having a community that can really go deeper in this nurture side can be so much more powerful. And what is this doing? It is now creating these warmer leads inside your world. Creating these warmer leads. It is so hard. And this is why it's so hard to create sales right here. Because yes, just because somebody opted in and took a look at your sales page doesn't mean that they believe in you. Doesn't mean that they believe you. Doesn't mean they trust you. Doesn't mean any of that. It just means that they are open to checking something out, right? They are now officially a cold lead in your world, right? When before they weren't even a lead, they were nothing. They were just a viewer, right? Just a viewer. Maybe they liked your stuff, but it's like if you're on short form videos or anything, liking your stuff doesn't really do anything for you, right? Likes do not pay the bills. Comments do not pay the bills, right? Pushing them towards the next step in your sales process. That's what's going to actually get you paid. That's what's going to get you sales. That's going to create you more impact if that's what you're looking to do, right? I was talking to a mindset coach the other day, and he was saying, you know what, XYZ, I think I really need to just get my offer like really dialed in. Like, I just really need to get that offer to the next level. I think that's what's really slowing me down. And this is a person who was doing more of the offline sales, having some really good success there, validated his offer, got people success as a mindset coach and really helped them make that major transformation. But he was looking to move to the online side. And so once again, he's saying, my offer, I need to really get it. And I said, you know what, let's take a step back here. Why are you trying to improve your offer? We already know that your offer works. Your offer is validated. You have testimonials from people that you've worked with in real life. This we know this works. You have a program. He's got like 9 steps, and this gets them to where they want to be, and he helps work them through it, right? So don't worry so much about the offer. Worry more about selling the offer. Worry more about the sales side of it, right? Worry more about getting leads into your world that you can actually sell something to. And I say this, and it's like, it's because we want to, once again, none of us here like sales like that. I mean, I shouldn't say none of us like sales, but it's like none of us want to be salesy. None of us want to do sales like that's not the reason we're doing this. We want to make impact. Obviously, we want to create that financial freedom, probably too. But if you want to do any of these things, you got to get real with yourself. And getting real with yourself that's just really understanding that your sales process is the most important thing in your business, right? Without that, you're not doing anything. You're not helping anybody. So I feel like I'm getting a little blunt here, but I just want to like open your eyes to that and say, yeah, it's like we can mess around. And like I said, that's why I said this here before. People love making videos. And once again, that's totally good. Like if you love making videos, like lean in. I'm not telling you to stop, but don't only focus on that, right? Start thinking about the other high income skills and developing a strategy that's actually going to move someone down your path, right? That's actually going to move someone down this flow here that's going to inevitably turn to be able to help them. That's the whole reason that you're sticking your sales funnel after, in your links, because you want them to buy. But let's get more tricky. Let's just get better. There's no fancy word needed. Let's just do better than that, right? So really, that's what that whole rant there was basically because at the end of the day, you're doing all of this here, and we got to make sure that we're focusing on the main thing. And the main thing is creating these warmer leads as fast as possible, as efficient as possible, while it's in a leverage situation. And right here, you do not have that yet. So that is a big reason why using these here, creating this nurture opportunity is going to be huge to create these warmer leads. And like I said, that's all this stems from giving that value, like I mentioned, having more human interaction and not relying so much on funnels, just your emails, right? It's like and not even just your emails, but like just your 7-day email autoresponder. Like let's take it deeper. Let's show a little bit of love and care, some TLC here to the people who are actually making it to this stage. Right? We don't have to do it for these folks. These folks haven't earned your time yet. They haven't earned your trust, right? Forget about you earning their trust, or them earning your trust, or whatever I'm trying to say. You earning their trust. Let's think about it at this point. They gotta earn ours first, right? Let me see that you're actually serious, right? Maybe trust is the wrong word. I want to see that you're serious before I start giving you all the goods here, right? So that's how I want to see it here, and a lot of that comes to more. If you're gonna do that, doing it with this in mind is gonna make it a lot better for you. All right. So comment nurture down below if this is making sense. I know I'm giving you guys a lot here. I hope this isn't going over your heads right now, because really, if you take a sample size of what I'm giving you here and start applying it to your day-to-day business, and even think about this when you go to sit down, and let's just say you're doing short form videos, right? Think about this when you go to sit down tomorrow, and you go to, maybe usually you start your day with your 3 to 5 videos a day, right? Your 3 to 5, 15 to 60 second videos. You make that, and then you just stop for the day. Think about that next time. Think about, do you have the rest of this dialed in? Because if you don't, you're really shooting yourself in the foot, if you ask me. And if you're not shooting yourself in the foot, you're at least you're hindering your chances of success. So that's why I really want this to resonate with you guys too. And of course, like I said, hit that like and love button if you guys are getting some value here, of course, here. I want to make sure that this is really hitting home for you guys. Feel free to comment value too at any point through this if you're feeling that as well. I have not been looking at my comments this whole time, to be honest. I want to make sure we got everyone here as well. I'm seeing perfect. That's the line that pulled me in simplicity over hustle. I love that there, Tracy. We're believing that fully here. Yes, definitely simplicity is needed. CTA, perfect there. Email can be too one-directional, exactly, right? CTA, perfect. Knowledge, love that there. Likes are vanity. Income is sanity. My man Phil's dropping a little bit of poetry on us. I love it, man. Tammy nurture, Kelly nurture. Awesome here. So once again, I want to keep this thing rolling and keep you guys on the right pace here. Okay, so that being said, our last piece here, the monetization, right? The monetization. In reality, when you do all of this, I'm going to make this last part very, very straight to the point. When you do all of this here, once again, let me go back a little sec. When you do all of this, This makes this part a heck of a lot easier. A heck of, like it's a heck, and I want you, I mean, this should be a no-brainer as well, right? If this is all you're doing, just doing this, like let's just say you don't have the community or you don't have anything else, just doing like email and a sales page. Do you see how you're really setting yourself up for failure, if you ask me? You know, and once again, you might be able to say, well, you know what, Justice? Russell Brunson does it. All he does is he has a sales funnel, just pushes it out to the world. He's good to go, right? Come on, I can't even say that without laughing. We, and I say we as included, we are not Russell Brunsons. We are not Grant Cardones. We are not insert big name you're thinking of, right? You need to start taking things to the next level. And by doing this here, by adding in these pieces, it's going to allow you to really make this strategy that much more impactful and get you to the place you want to be for that final destination there, right? So basically at this point, you need to take that next steps in your sales process, right? Obviously, I've done trainings on sales processes here and stuff. I'm not going to like go crazy on this. To a certain degree though, in all honesty, this stuff right here is a large part of your sales process, right? But think about this as like the next steps in your sales process. Now, what are those next steps you're going to do to actually take them to the finish line, right? And that's where obviously for us, like, you know, you could say supreme content messaging and simplified conversion formula really harp there. And these pieces really here are a bit more of like discover your six-figure avatar and really that's the messaging side on that end there, right? Because that's really a big piece. But with that end here, you got to make sure that you really can tie it all in at the end of the day. Because if you're just relying on your avatar and your content, you have no strategy on this end, it's gonna make it really tough there. And so obviously and even just to give you like some specifics here, like for us, we teach it a couple of ways. Like in reality, you can do it through texting, you can do it through Messenger, you can do it through sales calls, you can do it through using offer documents. We just had a client of mine, Thomas, I can say his name because he's been here. Thomas, he just made a sale using an offer doc. It's like just yesterday he dropped a message to me saying that. It's like, you do not have to go crazy with the sales process here, but you need a strategy. And that's why, like I said, now that you take this, I don't want to, as you can see, I like to keep things simple. There's not too much text on here, right? Because my goal here is not to overwhelm you, it's to inform you. It's to inform you and help you to really have that clarity and realize that maybe you taking the easy way out, which is by just focusing on the videos and that's it, is not going to be the way to get you where you want to get to. It's a way that can get you there. There are plenty of people out there doing it, but even I would still argue there's probably more behind the scenes. There's probably more that they're showing you. And so that's where this stuff comes in, right? It's really just this that's getting you where you want to get to. You start to add all this together, and that's where this stuff really starts. Hey, thanks for watching this video all the way through. Make sure you go ahead and like this if you got a ton of value from, which I hope you did. Subscribe to the channel and absolutely go ahead and join us in our original chapters community. Links right down there in the description. And as always, you are designed to become who you choose to be. I'll see you later.